Seriously, sometimes this is how fast it moves. Okay? Now, for you guys that are new to this is normal. I'm going to show you some things in a minute, but let me explain. A day ago, I was about to make a video. I had 3 meetings in a row with people asking me about stuff. Bitcoin and all kinds of other stuff, Shiba Inu, et cetera. And everybody was looking at these numbers going up. And of course, as usual, I had the guy get hold of me and say, hey, are you proud of me? I just bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin. And I'm like, well, I'm proud of you for buying a bunch of Bitcoin, but I'm not proud of you for buying it right now at a peak. I think I've explained this a bunch of times. I think everybody gets it. And anybody who wants to come in anytime, I love you. Thank you for supporting cryptocurrency and moving us one person closer to mass adoption and the truth of the future. But buy dips, sell highs. These really high peaks right now, they excite me because they're so cool to see people making money and to be making money. But they're not that fun for me because I can't do anything. I can sell if I want to, but I don't want to sell anything. As a general rule, I don't sell. I want to buy, but I have to buy dips. So I can't really do anything except be excited that it's so high. Now, I can use it to predict a lot of other things, which is what this video is about. So let's get to it. Welcome to Dr. Chef's Crypto. I'm Dr. Chef, as those titles should tell you. I am not a financial advisor. This is not official financial advice. If you get your financial advice for a shiny, bald-headed chef in the mountains, you got bigger problems than I can help you with. So don't do that. But, get yourself a good financial advisor. Now, they may tell you the same stuff I'm going to tell you, okay? And I love this stuff. But I do this for fun, entertainment, education purposes, my own personal excitement and love of cryptocurrency. That's why we're here. Now, what's the big news and what was going on? Now, here's what I was going to say a day ago. I was going to say we're at 63, we're approaching 64, we're going to hit an all-time high, and one of two things is going to happen. We're going to bounce off the all-time high, we're going to blast right through it. If we blast right through it, the all-time high is now, if we do that for several days in a row, that old resistance at the top becomes support, and we continue up from there. At this point, we are pretty much primed for 100K Bitcoin by the end of the year. Now, is that a guarantee? No. Nothing's ever a guarantee. If we still sit on 65, 67, 69 tomorrow, the next day, if we see 70-something early next week, if stuff like that happens, the only thing that stops that is 100K. Now, $100,000 is a gigantic number. And all those zeros freak people out. You got to remember that part of the crypto world is psychology. And that freaks people out. 1,000,000.00. That's way too many zeros. So there's a virtually 100% chance that it bounces off of 100,000. Someday, maybe this year, but probably 24, but maybe, whenever. 28, but someday it will blast through 100,000. And when it does that, you better have a pile of them because you're about to be picking out yachts. 100,000 is the ultimate resistance. No one would ever dream of anything going through that, like ever. But it will. Think about cars. Cars were 30,000 if they were psychotically, totally, insanely badass. Then they got to be 50,000. Wow, you got to be insane to spend 50,000 on a car. Then it was 90,000. What kind of crazy person has a car worth 90,000? This is a few years ago. Once it blew through 100,000, There was no limit. Now a $250,000, you know, a Lamborghini, a Maybach, $499,000. None of that matters anymore. Once you break 100,000, it's over. So if that happens this year, you got to know that that's the ultimate resistance. Once Bitcoin breaks 100,000, there's no limit. There's no limit. That's the limit. That's the point. You know that it's on forever after that. It's like a female president. Once we have a female president, we've never had a female president. We've always tried to have female presidents. We want to have a female president. Everybody wants that kind of thing to happen. Half the population's female. Obviously, there should be a female president at some point. Once that happens, it's no longer that big of a deal. There's going to be many female presidents after that. Just like female Congress people are no big deal now. There was a time when there was no such thing. And then that happened. And once we broke that barrier, no big deal, right? That goes up forever. Now there's dozens upon dozens of major female congressmen, right? And so that's what that 100,000 represents. It's a limit like that. When we break that, it's over. After that, the sky's the limit forever. So I think we're going to push that limit this year. That's what I think. Before it drops off in 22, before it settles down in 23, before the next halving in early 24, I think we're going to see close to, if not, close to 100,000, if not past that. If it breaks that, I don't know. I'll see you guys in the Lamborghini dealership, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, because that's going to be too crazy. But right now, here we are. Now let's take a look at exactly where we are right this second. Let's go over here and take a look. And I'm going to move this over so you can see it. Look at that. So this is the high, which just happened. Basically 67,000. This was the old limit. That's what that red line is about. This was where it can't go past, right? This is 64. Let's find that. Go rolling back. You see this? There it is, 64,967 right there. Back in April 12th, right there. That's the all-time high. That all-time high, you see, if you go back before, you got lots of peaks and valleys. But now we're back here, and you see where it's at. So take a look at how this looks. Look at that. That's $3,000 right there, man. Don't you wish you would have bought Bitcoin right about here? So look at this. You see this? So what this means is you're tracking it along. You see it? It goes up and down, and then this area here is basically through, 2017, 2018, 2019. Everything, see it? See how flat it was? 2017, 2018, 2019, right? See all this? 2020, boom, halving. And here we go. All-time high, 41,999. Boom. Was that the end of the story? Nope. Little decline for a minute. This is late 2020. Here it comes again. New all-time high. Right there. You see that? 50s. Back down again. Back up again. Here we go. Pow. 64,967. The big all-time high. Then boom, it falls off. A lot of red right here. Everybody's tripping like, oh no, the end of the world. You see this flat zone? I made a bunch of videos during this flat zone talking about how the ranging works. This is a range right here. It's a long-term, silly little range we've been in. This right here is basically from May, until July, and then we start climbing again. Here we are. And that brings us over here. Everybody's getting pretty excited around here. You're dealing with some 50s. Boom. Big crash day right here, September 6th. And then look at this. My goodness, look at that. New all-time high. Wow. Look at these. All three of these tracker lines all headed up. You see where it crosses right here? When you track these cross lines, when they cross, it means go. This cross means buy, 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 buy. When this almost touches, that was close to a buy signal, but everybody was still nervous, right? It's a sell-off. See that? See this volume right here? See this giant volume of sell-off? Boom, right? All right, somebody sold off. They were nervous, right? Price is up here around 40-something. They see it dropping. They sell it all off. We bottom out, and this is all in September, right? Get to October right here. This is it. End of September, going into October. Then people start creeping up, creeping up, creeping up. That's so beautiful. As a solid uptrend to 67. All right. So that's how you track that. Now, what does that mean for y'all? I mean, what does that mean for everybody? Let's go back to this. So, first of all, we blew through the resistance, which means if we maintain the new levels of over 64, 65 for a week or two, then we have established the old 64, 65 number as now a support number, the bottom, which means we keep going up. Maybe we bounce. What does that mean to you? Well, if you're a psycho trader, now you got to remember, you got to look back at my video called Crypto Cool or Crypto Crazy. If you're crypto crazy and you're trying to do trading, you need to remember that this 64, 65 range is about to become a support level, not a resistance level. And what that means is you'll see it bounce. So let's say we go to 75 over the next few weeks. Then it comes back down. What's supposed to happen is a bounce. Why does that matter? Because if you set a buy in 64, 65 range, and then you set a sell at 70, you'll see a bounce off of 64 back to 70. So now we're not there yet, but that's what we're tracking because you're trying to create a pattern where you can see those things. Okay? Okay, next set of questions. So obviously, super bullish, crazy news for the crypto world. Huge advantage. Now, for those of us who track the macro trends, you can look back and see how we thought we were going to have an all-time high by the end of the year, even when it was dropping at the beginning of the summer. The reason we thought that is because the macro trend, a giant spike exists at the end of the year following the year of a halving. We halved in fall of 20, we had a spike in early 21, then a flat line in the middle, and then another spike at the end of 21. We have two mountains with a valley. Remember this pattern because the next halving is spring of 24. After that halving, we should immediately see the same pattern, a massive spike, a flattening, and a massive spike. If you play that right and you're purchasing back earlier than 24, let's say you're purchasing in 23. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, let's go back over here and see what that would look like. Okay, let's just take a quick look. All right, take a look at this. Let's go back before the halving, okay? Let's go back to 2020 before the halving. This is the main zone. Now, this zone right here represents what it will look like. Now, these numbers will be different, but this represents what it will look like in 23, the last half of 23. Back here, you will notice Bitcoin was around 10,000. Okay? Bitcoin was around 10,000 for a year. Okay? Look at this. Let's look at it really clearly. Let's get a clear picture. You see this? This. You see all this? All right. Right here, we're at 9,000 still. This is early 2020. All right. You see how flat this is? We're probably going to start this range about here, which would be early 2020. We're still in it though, see? There's some ups and downs. But this thing is really, this right here is 9,000 2019. Okay. We're basically going through, there's a big dip here, which this is where you wanted to buy. There was a point right here in 2020 when Bitcoins were $4,000, y'all. The low was 3,800. Can you imagine if you bought Bitcoin for 4,000, even 6,000, you'd be at a 10x right now. I mean, that's just crazy. Your 10,000 would be 100,000. Your 100,000 would be $1 million. Okay. Anyway, this range in general lasts all the way to here. It's about 10,000, and this is 10/15/2020, right around the halving. So we have a flat line that's pretty low, about 9,000, give or take. Now, why does that matter? Well, that matters because you see all this flat? This is 2023. This is 2023. It should be, like I said. And then look at this. This is 2024. Okay? This is 2024. So 2023 is 2020. 2021, well, I mean, the end of 2020 is where 2024 would start. What we've seen in 2021 is going to be represented in 2024. So you can expect this to be sometime around January. Okay. Let's say January of 24. Now this was about 10,000 and it went to 60. So let's call it a 6x. What does that mean for us? It means that you could buy Bitcoins probably for something in the 30 to 40 range. It'll probably come down to here. So you'll probably see Bitcoin around 30,000 throughout 23. You buy the dips throughout 2022, 23. You buy Bitcoins anytime they're less than, say, 40. Okay. You buy Bitcoins or anything else. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to altcoins in a minute. You buy those things around 2022, 23 as they hit things like 30, right? Bitcoin's down low. You buy whatever you want to buy. Now, you're sitting there with let's say you had, 10 Bitcoins that you bought for 30,000. Then PAL, this is a 6x. So that, if you had $100,000 worth of Bitcoins at the end of 23, you can be fairly sure you're about to have, $600 to $1 million pretty fast. So that's how the macro pattern works. That's how the macro pattern works. But as you can see, our ramp started on, the end of September, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful thing right here. It's a huge, amazing pattern. Now, people have asked me, what about other coins? As you know, all coins track. So if we go back here, and let's say we grab, I don't know, let's grab Ethereum. We'll go back to trading. We'll go back to markets. We'll grab Ethereum real quick. We'll come up to the charts. We'll pull the chart out. We'll go advanced. And here we go. As you see here, and we'll make it bigger, it's virtually the same pattern, right? Here's your range. Here's your climbs, your dips, and your big range. Okay? I don't know how I got back to Bitcoin. Sorry about that. Why am I? This is Ethereum. You see that? Same thing. Ethereum right now, 4164, 4200. We're sitting in 3000s, late 3000s for this entire time on Ethereum, right? This entire time we're sitting in this range, and then boom. So you see how this tracks? Now look at this. Look very carefully. 10, 20, 21. You see the big green candle? 10, 20. Okay. This is the big green candle, October 20th. So then you switch. You go to Bitcoin. Watch this. Okay. Big green candle. See where it is? 10, 20. What I'm trying to tell you is these things always follow. We don't like that, okay? We don't like that. We want everything to be independent, okay? We want Ethereum and Cardano and XRP and everything to be living in its own world. But because Bitcoin is the OG, because Bitcoin started everything, because the majority of people that hold crypto hold Bitcoin, and the vast majority of major corporations that hold crypto hold Bitcoin. The vast majority of whales that hold crypto hold Bitcoin. So that controls the whole market. As sad as it is, we want to be independent of Bitcoin, but we're not. What does it mean for alts? It means that alts, alternative coins, right? Any other coin but Bitcoin. It means that alts always follow Bitcoin. Usually the spikes happen right behind it, very, very close. And usually if Bitcoin rallies for a long period of time, there will be a significant rally in the altcoins. So what we've seen in the last 24 hours was pushing up against the top with Bitcoin, testing resistance. Bitcoin blows through that very quickly, reaching 67, a new all-time high. Then all the other coins follow suit. The major coins, especially like Ethereum, following very closely. A lot of smaller coins are in their own worlds. Cardano is off in its own world doing its thing. XRP is off in its own world battling the SEC. A lot of strange stuff is going on in the altcoin world. But what it typically means is that a rally will occur in the altcoin world. Now, for your crazy meme people, like your Doges and all of that, this is exactly what happened before. As Bitcoin spiked to an all-time high, Doge went crazy. We might look at a Doge going crazy. We might look at a Shiba Inu going crazy. That's the hottest craze in the weird world of weird memes. Shiba Inu. I love Shiba Inu. It's a ton of fun. Will it go spiking 100x, 1000x over the next few months? Maybe. If they start doing some burning. There's been some significant news. We've already talked about the ETF thing and how big a deal that is. In more recent news, and that's yesterday, so I mean really recent news, Cardano is discussing a thing called proof of burn. Anyway, it's a burning system for burning Cardano. Now, Cardano is designed to be a very important currency anyway. Has a very strong following. But the only problem with Cardano is they've got so many coins out in such a large following that there's not as much room to move. Let's take a look at Cardano for a second. I'll explain what I mean. Let's take a look. If we go out here, go down. Oh, come on, man. My computer's glitching on me. That's just great. Hold on. So if we go out here and we look at this, let's go over to Cardano. Right there. Now, Cardano has maxed out around 3, currently sits around 2.2. Cardano has, of course, seen a boost, just like everyone else. You can see right here is 1020. Same exact thing, huge hit right here. And this is from 1021. I mean, we're talking about right now. This is all happening basically as we speak, right? So this is a big green bar. What is that about? That's basically from today. What's that about? That's about the announcement of the burning. Now, Cardano's all-time highs up here. And you can see all these big moves. This one is really nice. So the point of all this is these things all track exactly along with everything else. But this volume right here, this is related to the announcement of doing burning. I'll show you what I mean. Let's go back out to the market and let's look at some of the numbers for Cardano. You see this line here? You see how it's 57 billion market cap? You see the coins? This is a 24-hour volume, all right? What we've got with Cardano is we've got trading going on, and you see some of these big numbers for people that are trading. Everybody's looking at this idea of Cardano actually paring back. If we go to coinmarket.com. Let's go out of here real quick. No, sorry about that. Pretty complicated. We're going to go out here real quick, and we're going to go to CoinMarketCap real quick. I just want to show you something. You can see this. This is a very good tool for us to use called CoinMarketCap. And if I go out here to view all and I go down to Cardano, you can see the details. Can you see that? All right, so what you've got with Cardano is a circulating supply. You see that? 32 billion. This price, market cap 72 billion. Now, that gives us some space, right? Ethereum's 490 billion. But you can see the circulating supply. This is the secret. Ethereum has a circulating supply of 118 million coins. That's it. 118 million coins. You see? That's why they're worth so much. Look, BTC. Look at this. How many Bitcoins in the world? 18 million. That's it. That's it. 18 million. That's why they're worth 64,000. That's why the market cap is 1.2 trillion. You see how this works? You go down here, look at those numbers. Bitcoin, 18. Ethereum, 118. Right? 32 billion coins. This is why Tether's having a problem. 69 billion coins. Do we believe they're sitting on $69 billion of actual cash? No, we don't. That's the problem, right? See, this is why XRP doesn't have a lot of space right now until something crazy happens. The reason it's pausing, 46 billion. You see how this works? That's why Solana is so popular. Look, 300 million. That's why it's so popular. All right. So you see my point? My point is if you have $2 and you have 32 billion and you get a $72 billion market cap, if you want to go to $1 trillion from 72 billion, you know, a 10x, 720, right? Billion. So you're looking at a possibility of maybe 10, 15, maybe 20x. So that gives us a probable $20. I would bet on a $20 Cardano. And that's only a 10x. Now, the problem, of course, is that you can't go much further than $1 trillion with your market cap. But what if you start burning? What if this number starts dropping? Well, the simple answer is, the super simple answer is, if you burn half a Cardano and it turns into 10 million coins or 15 million coins, this doubles. This will be $5 instantly. Which means that somebody that was holding it would double their money instantly. So that's how it works in general. Now, I'm speaking in very serious generalities. But this is what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is we're trying to track market caps, trying to figure out the alts, their programs, trying to figure out the sentiment that people have, psychology, and Bitcoin is being tracked. So, good news by far, huge Bitcoin explosion, all-time high. Drives everything up. Most of the coins are up really high. If you have something you want to sell, now is the time to sell it. If you're sitting on some old coins you had from before, now is the time to sell it. All right. Now is not the time to buy anything. Do not buy anything. Unless it's XRP because you think they're about to win their lawsuit. They've appealed a couple things. They've got till, November, December. They're trying to make it so we have an answer by the end of the year. And the case they're making with the court is that they're being killed because their trading in America has been halted during the period of this court case. So Americans cannot go and get XRP or trade XRP, which is killing their price. It's killing them during a spike like this. If XRP was normal, it would be $10 right now. It would be spiking up and down just like everything else. But it's on hold and you cannot trade it, which is a big disadvantage. It's hurting them very badly. It's damaging their company. So they're arguing with the courts that they need to finish this case, which is true. If they finish this case and they win, then XRP becomes the people who beat the SEC, the only cryptocurrency that's been under attack so heavily, that's gone through the full court process and won. If they win, it means the SEC doesn't do anything to them ever again. It means they're the safe one. They're big, they're powerful, and now they're the safe one, and this means a massive explosion in XRP. So there's a ton of Ripple people out there with XRP because they're in the seat going, I have 1,000 XRP. When it 1,000X's, I'm going to be rolling. And that is all completely possible. It's all completely possible. I don't know what's going to happen to the XRP or the people that run it when they win, if they're going to burn stuff. I don't know what they're going to do. But they're preparing for sure what it looks like. If they lose, okay, maybe it stays low and it crashes and it's not worth anything, whatever. Anyway, I think that's most of the updates. When it comes to something like an altcoin that's really small and memey, like a Shiba, well, that is completely in the wind, and it does track along with things like Bitcoin. So right now it's doing great. I think that it's the next Doge. I think it's going to explode in a similar way. But right now, we are riding a high. My only advice, not official advice, remember? My only advice is do not buy right now. Sell if you have things you want to sell. Always buy lows. Always sell a little bit on the way up. And buckle up, because after this comes another crash to a low, which probably will hover around that for like a year. Ups and downs during the year, but buy the lows. Be prepared. Get yourself ready. So if you have a bunch of coins that you don't care about, go ahead and sell them now consolidate all your money and get ready for when you're going to buy in a few months. I'll keep making videos. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, drchefscrypto@yahoo.com. I think that's Gmail, actually, Gmail. Or send a comment at the bottom of this. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. If you need anything at all, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you in a fun, exciting, and entertainment-based, non-professional, can't get sued way. All right, guys. Thanks for playing. Man, crypto is blasting off. I'm glad you're with me. I'm glad you're in the crypto space. Remember, not many people are, so you're in early and hard. It's a place to be. Thanks for playing. See you next time.